Hello everyone, welcome to the discussion on mathematical functions. Today we will cover the definition of functions, type of functions, functional notation, and how to evaluate a function with given values. By the end of this session, you will have a clear understanding of these fundamental mathematical concepts. So let's talk about the definition of a function. A function is a relation such that each element of the domain, which is the x value, is paired with exactly one element of the range, which is the y value. So a function is a relation in which no two ordered pairs have the same first coordinate. So for first coordinate is the x and the second coordinate is the y. So the functional notation is given as y equals f of x. So it can be read as f of x. So where f indicates that a function exists between the two variables x and y. So a function ensures a unique output for every input. So the output is the y and the input is the x, which differentiate it from a general relation. So for example, in real life, a vending machine follows a function-like pattern. So selecting a specific button, which is the input, gives only one type of a snack or a drink, which is the output. However, if pressing one button sometimes gave multiple snacks randomly, it would not be a function. So functions are used as well in various fields, from science and engineering to economics and computer science. They help model relationship between variables, making them a crucial tool in problem solving. So understanding functions will help us apply mathematical reasoning in real-world situations. Okay, so this image illustrates the difference between functions and non-functions based on how elements in one set or the domain, which are mapped to elements in another set, which is the range. So let's break it down. The first one is a one-to-one relation. So this one, a one-to-one relation. So the first oval, this is the x value, and then the second one, which is the output, is the y values. So each input from the left has a unique corresponding output from which is from the right set. So as you can see, we have A. The input A has a corresponding output which is X, and then B input has a corresponding output which is Y, and then letter C has a corresponding output which is Z. So one-to-one relation, for example, in real life, a student's school ID is uniquely identifying them. Hindi naman multiple school ID ang gamit natin, diba? Only one each for student. So the second one is many to one relation. So we have here many to one. So it means multiple inputs can share the same output, but each input still maps to only one output. So for example here, we have A, um, we have an output which is X, and then letter B has an output which is X as well. So this is still a function since it has only one output. So example in real life of a many to one is many students, which is the input, attending the same school, right, which is the output. And the third one, which is an example of a non-function. So here's non-function, which is one to many. So a single output maps to multiple outputs. As you can see here, the input A has multiple outputs which is x and z. So it violates the function rule or the definition of a function, which is it has only one output. Okay, and then another one of a non-function is the many-to-many. So many-to-many means multiple outputs are connected to multiple outputs. Oh, sorry. So multiple inputs are connected into multiple outputs. For examples, here, so the first one we have A has an output of Y, and then the input B has an output of Y and Z. And then letter C has an input of X and Z. So this violates as well the definition of a function, which is only one output for each input. Okay, sometimes we can also test um, a function by drawing, or for example, in a Cartesian coordinate plane. So for example, this is the Cartesian coordinate plane. So let's imagine that's a perfect Cartesian coordinate plane. So let's suppose there is a linear function which graphs a slanting line like this. So we can determine a function if we draw a vertical line test. So it's like drawing a vertical line on each here, like that. So it helps determine if a relation is a function. So if the vertical line, or which is these green lines, passes through more than one point on the graph, it is not a function. We can only say that it's a function if it passes one point only. So like this one. So the vertical line passes only one point. So some examples of a non-function. So for example, this is the Cartesian coordinate plane. And the graph is a parabola but facing right, like this. This is an example of a parabola, the curved line. And then if we're going to draw a vertical line in each part of the graph, as you can see, it passes more than one point. So you can see here on the top part and then on the lower part. So it passes 2 points, so it means this is not a function. Okay? Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, so now let's talk about types of functions. So the first one is a linear function, which has a standard form of f of x is equal to ax plus by, wherein a and b are constant. Sometimes it's also written as mx plus b, like this, wherein m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So sometimes it's written as like this. Okay, and then, so an example of a linear function is f of x is equal to 5x minus 2. So this is an example of a linear function. So linear function has a straight line graph, and as you can see, the highest degree of exponent is 1. So the highest degree of exponent of x, as you can see there. So if there's no written so pag walang nakasulat na exponent, which it means that's 1. Okay? And then the next one is quadratic function. So quadratic function has a parabolic curve graph. So the standard form for quadratic function is f of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, wherein a is not equal to 0. Dapat yung a is not equal to 0. And then c is a b and c is a constant. Okay? So it means the highest exponent or the highest degree of exponent is 2. So yung degree of exponent dapat ng x is 2. So example of a quadratic function is like this. For example, f of x is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 8. So, kung walang nakasulat na coefficient dito sa harap ng x squared, that means it's 1. Okay? Not 0. Alright? So, let's erase this. So, let's move on. So, the third one, we have polynomial function. So, polynomial function has higher degree polynomials. So, like for example, our example earlier, in the linear, this is binomial since it has two terms and separated by addition or subtraction. Quadratic function has, the example here has three terms, so it means it's a trinomial. So a polynomial function has four terms and above. So, for example, we have f of x is equal to x raised to 4 minus 3x cubed plus 2x squared minus x plus 6. So, this is an example of a polynomial function. Wherein, as you can see, the exponent of x is decreasing until the exponent turns to 0. Like x is equal x raised to 0. So x raised to 0 is equal to 1. So 6x raised to 0 is 6 times 1. So you can if it's x raised to 0, we don't need to write it. Okay, so the next one is, let me just erase this. So the next one is rational function. So a rational function is fractional expressions with polynomials, or sometimes like monomial or binomials. So wherein the denominator or the q of x is not equal to 0. Why not equal to 0? So, because, for example, if we have a fractional part, which is 4 over 0, so 4 over 0 is undefined. It's not 0, but it's undefined. Why? So, suppose we're going to divide 4 divided by 0. So, let's just say 4 divided by 0 is 0. And then, if you multiply that, 0 times 0 is 0. And then, we subtract that. 4 minus 0 is 4. So, again, we're going to divide it again. And then, see, as you can see, there's always a remainder if we divide it by 0. That's why we cannot it's definite that the answer is 0. That's why it's undefined. So, if we're going to make a rational function, we should make an inequality, which is the denominator not equal to 0. So q of x is the denominator. Okay, so the last one, the fifth one is exponential function. So we have the standard form, which is f of x is equal to a raised to x. So, for example of exponential function is, so suppose we have an equation f of x is equal to 2 raised to 3, like that. So 2 raised to 3 meaning, 2 raised to x, should be x. Okay. So if we're going to evaluate a function, so let's just say f of 3. So if we're going to evaluate a function like this, we're just going to substitute x. Instead of writing x, we write 3. So we'll just copy this, which is 2, and then the exponent x will be 3. And then if we're going to simplify, 2 cube is not 2 times 3, okay? 2 cube is equal to 2 times 2 times 2. So, multiply itself 3 times. That's the meaning of exponent. So, 2 times 2 times 2 is equal to 8. Which means, if the value of x is 3, the value of y is 8. Alright? That's a function, or example of exponential function. Okay, and then lastly, we have the logarithmic function. So logarithmic of a function, it's like similar to exponential, but it's like the inverse of exponential. So for example, we have f of x is equal to log 10 of x. So suppose x is equal to 1000. Let's say log 10 of 1000. Okay. So in exponent, um, the 10 here after the log is the base. Okay? And then this is the result. So logarithm means how many times will you multiply 10 by itself to get 1000? So, ilang beses mong i-multiply yung 10 sa sarili niya para makuha yung 1000? So, let's say 10 times 10 times 10. So, that's how many? 1, 2, 3. Which means the logarithm, log 10 of 1000 is 3. Because we multiply 10 3 times to get 1000. So, that's logarithm. Para siyang 10 cube is equal to 1000. So, ito yung base, which is nandito sa log. Ito yung answer. Ito yung beside the logarithm. Okay? Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, let's have an example on how to evaluate a function. So we have problem number 1. Given we have f of x is equal to 2x squared minus 3x plus 5. And then we're going to find the following, which is f of 4, f4, or f of 4, and then f of negative 3, and then f of 2, 2t. So we have, we solve for the first one, we have f of 4. So given the equation f of x is equal to 2x squared minus 3x plus 5. So we're just going to substitute all values of x by 4. So we'll now have f of 4 is equal to 2 quantity 4 squared minus 3 times 4 plus 5. As you can see, we just substitute, or instead of writing x, we write 4 here. Okay? Then next, we're going to simplify each part. So we'll follow the PEMDAS rule, which is parenthesis, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Please take note of that. So we evaluate first the exponent, which is 4 squared. So 4 squared is equal to 4 times 4, which is 16. So we now have 2 times 16 minus 3 times 4 plus 5. Then next, we're going to multiply 2 times 16, which is 32. 3 times 4, or negative 3 times 4 is equal to negative 12. And then just copy 5. And then now, we're going to subtract 32 minus 12 is equal to 20. And then copy plus 5. So 20 plus 5 is equal to 25. This means that if the value of x is equal to 4, the value of y is 25. So next we have letter B, f of negative 3. So we're still be using the given equation, which is f of x is equal to 2x squared minus 3x plus 5. So same thing as we did earlier, we're going to substitute all the values of x by negative 3. So we now have f of negative 3 is equal to 2 times negative 3 squared minus 3 times negative 3 plus 5. So we follow the PEMDAS rule, which is parenthesis exponent. So exponent muna. We first evaluate yung negative 3 squared. So negative 3 squared is equal to 9, because negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. So we now have 2 times 9. We just copy the other parts of the equation. Okay, we'll evaluate step by step. So we now have 2 times 9 minus 3 times negative 3 plus 5. And then we're going to evaluate all the multiplication first. So 2 times 9 is equal to 18. And then we have negative 3 times negative 3. So negative times negative is equal to positive. And then 3 times 3 is 9. So that's why it's positive 9 or plus 9. And then plus 5. So 18 plus 9 is equal to 27, plus 5 is equal to 32, which means that if the value of x is negative 3, the value of y is 32. Alright, so let's move on to the next one, which is f of 2t. Alright, so using the same equation, f of x is equal to 2x squared minus 3x plus 5. We're going to substitute all the values of x with 2t. So it can also be combination of a variable and a coefficient. So kanina, puro constant value lang siya ng x, but sometimes we also substitute variables as well. So we're going to substitute x by 2t. And now we have the equation 2 times 2t squared minus 3 times 2t plus 5. Now, same thing. Syempre, unahin pa rin natin yung exponent. So, 2t squared. So, that's 2t times 2t. Now, we have 2 times 4t squared minus 3 times 2t plus 5. Then, we're going to multiply this. 2 times 4t squared is equal to 8t squared. And then, negative 3 times 2 is minus or negative 6t plus 5. Now, we have the equation. if the value of x is 2t, the value of y is 8t squared minus 60 plus 5. So, this is the final answer for the letter C. Okay, so please remember yung rules on integers, yung performing operations on integers, and also the laws of exponent to further analyze. Paki-review nyo po yung mga topics na yan. Okay? Okay, next, we're going to talk about how to perform operations on functions. So, we have the first one, the sum or the difference of two functions. F and G is defined by f plus or minus. So, it can be plus or minus or like this. Kung isa-separate natin yan, so f plus g of x is equal to, so ibig sabihin dalawang equation po yan, the f of x and g of x. So we're going to add f of x plus g of x. Like that. And if it's subtraction naman, so f minus g of x is equal to f of x minus g of x. So, which means, yung kapag addition, we're just going to add the two equation, kung ano yung equivalent ng f of x, at ano yung equivalent ng g of x. And then, kapag subtraction naman, we're just going to subtract the equivalent or the equation of f of x minus the g of x. So, let's have an example. Right. Okay, let's erase first. So, for example, we're going to add, for example, we have f of x is equal to x or 2x plus 5. And then, given another function is the g of x, we have 3x minus 2. So, if we're going to perform addition on these two functions, we're just going to write f plus g of x equals, i-add lang natin yung ito, and then ito. So, meaning, the f of x is 2x plus 5 plus 3x minus 2. So, like that. And then, next thing we're going to do is pagsamahin natin yung mga like terms. So, let's just rewrite it. So, 2x, yung mga like terms is yung same yung variable and then same din yung exponent ng variables. So, we have 2x and then 3x. So, 2x plus 3x. And then, pagsamahin din natin yung mga constant values which is 5 and then minus 2. So, if we're going to simplify that, 2x plus 3x, kapag like terms po, ang i-add lang natin ay yung coefficient, which is yung numbers. So, 2x plus 3x is equal to 5x. And then, 5 minus 2 is equal to positive 3. So, we now have 5x plus 3. Okay? So, that's addition. So, if it's subtraction, so, let's say, gamitin natin yung same equation. So, kapag nag-evaluate tayo ng subtraction, we follow the rule on subtracting integers. So, meron tayong f minus g of x. So, meaning, So 2x plus 5 minus 3x minus 2. So yan. So the rule on subtracting integers is we change the sign of the minuend, subtrahend, sorry. Change the sign of the subtrahend and then proceed to addition. So, ibig sabihin, after ng minus sign, so ito yung minus sign, diba? So, after nyan, which is ito, lahat ng terms dito is papalitan natin yung sign. So, yung kung positive, magiging negative. Kung negative, magiging positive. So, now, we'll have the equation 2x plus 5. So, yung subtraction, magiging addition na. Then, yung positive 3x, magiging negative 3x quantity kasi hindi pwedeng plus minus. And then, yung negative 2 will become positive 2. Like that. And now, we can simplify. So, pagsamahin natin. So, 2x plus negative 3x plus 5 plus 2. Now, we'll have the equation. So, 2x plus negative 3x is equal to negative 1x. But we don't need to write 1. So, pwede lang natin isulat negative x. And then, positive 5 plus 2 will have positive 7. So, when we subtract the equation, we'll have the final answer, negative x plus 7. Okay. So, next one, we'll have multiplication. Let me just erase this. Okay. So, now, multiplication. So, the product of two functions, f and g. So, we can write it as fg of x, or simply f of x times g of x. So, please remember as well yung FOIL method. So, FOIL method means first term, you multiply the first term, then outer, inner, and then L for last term. So, that's FOIL method. So, suppose we have f of x is equal to x plus 4, and then we have g of x equals, let's say, 2x plus 3. Alright, so if we're going to multiply the two functions f of x and g of x, so we're going to write fg of x, yan, and then x plus 4 times 2x plus 3. So, we follow the FOIL method. F-O-I-L. So, FOIL means yung first term, F muna. So, first term, which is the x times 2x. So, x times 2x is 2x cubed. Then, next, we multiply O, which is the outer terms or outside terms, yung mga nasa gilid. X times 3, so that is positive 3x. And then next is I, inner term. So 4 times 2x, so that is positive 8x. And then L for last term. So 4 times positive 3, so that's positive 12. And then we're just going to simplify. Now we'll have the equation 2x cubed Then 3x plus 8x is 11x. So that's positive 11x plus 12. So now we have the equation 2x cubed plus 11x plus 12. So that's how you multiply two functions if we have binomial functions. Okay. Let me just erase this. Okay, next is the quotient of two functions f and g. So f over g of x is equal to f of x over g of x, wherein g of x should not be equal to 0. So, parang yung rational din kanina. So, if we're going to divide two functions, so for example, we have x, f of x is equal to x plus 3, and then g of x is equal to x plus 5. So, kung i-divide natin yan, so gawa lang tayo ng f of over g of x is equal to, so ano yung f? So, that's x plus 3 over x plus 5. So, hindi naman na natin masisimplify yan, but since meron tayong dapat yung g of x or yung denominator should not be equal to 0, so dapat wag natin i-equate. So, lagyan natin ng not equal to 0. So, how do we find para hindi equal to 0? Dapat yung x is transpose natin to. Yung positive 5, if we're going to transpose it on the other side of the not equal sign, yung positive magiging negative. So, this is valid, which means yung answer natin na x plus 3 over x plus 5 is valid if x is not equal to negative 5. Kasi para hindi maging 0 yung x natin. Okay. And then, lastly, is the composition. So, the composite or composition of function between f and g. So, it is read as f of g of x is equal to f of g of x, or sometimes it can be g of f of x or equal to g of f of x. Ibig sabihin yan, yung value ng x sa f of x, papalitan mo ng equation ng g of x. So, we'll have example sa next slide. So, next is we're going to evaluate a function. So, we have the equation f of x is equal to 2x, and then g of x is equal to 3x minus 2. So, suppose we're going to find f plus g of 2. Ibig sabihin, given na po yung value ng x natin. So, ibig sabihin, bago natin i-add or gagawa tayo ng equation or hanapin natin yung value ng f plus g of x or g of 2. So, we're going to substitute all the values of x by 2. So, di ba, ito yung 2x. Yan. Tapos, isa-substitute. Ito din yung g of x. So, yung 2x, imbis na isulat natin yung x, papalitan natin ng 2. Since our x is 2, so that is 2 times 2. Plus, instead of writing 3x minus 2, we write 3 times 2 minus 2. Okay? Now, we're going to simplify or evaluate or perform the operations following the PEMDAS. Now, we have 2 times 2 is 4, plus 3 times 2 is 6, then copy minus 2, then 4 plus 6 is 10, 10 minus 2 is equal to 8. Ibig sabihin, if we're going to add the two function and then the value of x is 2, which it means the value of f plus g of 2 is equal to 8. Next, if we're going to evaluate f over g of 3. So, lahat ng value of x, papalitan natin ng 3. Okay? So, dito, mas maganda kung isulat nyo muna siya by, bago natin i-substitute. So, f of x is 2x. So, over, so, 2x over 3x minus 2. And then, saka natin i-substitute yung x. Palitan natin yung x ng 3. So, now we have 2 times 3 over 3 times 3 minus 2. So, simplify natin. 2 times 3 is equal to 6. 3 times 3 is equal to 9. 9 minus 2. Yan. Copy lang natin yung minus 2. And then, 6 is equal to, and then it's equal to 9 minus 2 is 7. So, copyin lang natin yung numerator, which is 6, kasi wala naman ng other operations. And then, 9 minus 2 is 7. Then, we can have the answer, 6 over 7. Then, next, we're going to evaluate f, g, times 2. So, multiply muna natin. For example, so f of x is 2x times 3x minus 2. Para hindi kayo malito, sulat nyo muna as like this bago nyo i-substitute yung 2. So, now saka nyo i-substitute. So, instead of writing x, we write 2. So, 2 times 2, quantity, 3 times 2, minus 2. So, pinalitan lang natin yung x ng 2. Yan, mga naka-quantity. Kasi itong 3x, that's multiplication ha. That's 3 times x. That's why ginawa natin multiplication. And now, we simplify. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. And then, 3 times 2 is equal to 6. And then, just copy minus 2. So, that's 4 times quantity, 6 minus 2. So, following the PEMDAS rule, unahin natin yung parenthesis, which is 6 minus 2, that's 4. So, 4 times 4 is equal to 16. So, fg of 2 is equal to 16. Then, lastly, we have f of g of negative 1. So, lahat, f of g of negative 1, ibig sabihin, so, lahat ng value of x sa f of x, so, diba, ito yung equation natin ng f of x, we have 2x, right? So, instead of writing x, ang ipapalit natin, 3x minus 2. So, 2 times 3x minus 2. Saka natin i-substitute yung negative 1. Now, we have 2 times, so, yung x, palitan natin ng negative 1. So, 3 times negative 1 minus 2. Then, unahin natin yung 3 times negative 1 bago ito. So, 3 times negative 1 is negative 3 minus 2. So, negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5. So, 2 times negative 5 is equal to negative 10. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, using the same equation, f of x is equal to 2x, and then g of x is equal to 3x minus 2. So, we evaluate 2f of 2. So, 2f of 2, so like 2 times f of 2. So, ano ba yung f of 2? We have 2x. Diba? So, 2 times 2x. Ang ibig sabihin yan. So, palitan natin yung x ng 2. That's why we have 2 times 2 times 2. So, that's equal to 8. And then, next is we evaluate yung 4g of 1, and then 3f of 2. So, paano natin i-evaluate yan? Siyempre, gamitin nyo muna yung g of x. So, ito pa yung g of x. Ibig sabihin, i-multiply daw natin yung 4. So, 4 times g of 1. So, ibig sabihin yan yung g of x, diba? So, papalitan lang natin ng 1 yung x. So, 3 times 1 minus 2. Ganyan. And then, sa baba, so kapag double parenthesis, we can write bracket. And then, next is, i-multiply natin yung 3 times f of 2. So, ito yung f of 2. So, yung value daw ng x is 2. So, 2 times 2. Like that. Okay? Then, bracket. Now, we have the equation 4 times 3 times 1, quantity 3 times 1 minus 2 quantity over 3 times quantity 2 times 2. Now, we evaluate this one first. 3 times 1 is 3. Copy lang natin minus 2. Then, 2 times 2 is 4. Then, 3 minus 1 is equal to 1. 4 times 1 na yung natira. Then, 3 times 4. 4 times 1 is equal to 4. Then, 3 times 4 is equal to 12. Then, we can simplify it by 1/3. Yan. So, done. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, last problem. So, how do we evaluate this if we have f of x, which is 3x, and then g of x is equal to 5x minus 3? How do we evaluate f plus g of x? So, here, instead of substituting, yung x yung gagamitin natin. Yun lang, yung g of x, i-add lang natin yung two equation. So, how do we do that? We just add the two equation, which is f of x na 3x, and then add natin yung 5x minus 3. So, we have now yung 3x plus 5x minus 3. And then, we combine the like terms, 3x plus 5x, which is 8x. And then, copy lang natin yung minus 3. And then, that's the final answer. Next, we evaluate. Yan. Balikan natin yan. Ay, okay. So, pwede. So, we have f over g of x. So, i-divide lang natin yung f of x over g of x. So, now we have 3x over 5x minus 3. So, this is valid at x equals or not equal to 3 over 5. How did we get that? So, base natin dito. So, di ba dapat ang denominator natin is not equal to 0? So, 5x minus 3 not equal to 0. Basta pag fraction or ganyan, division, dapat not equal to 0 nyo para makuha nyo yung validity or valid na equation. So, transpose natin to doon. So, magiging 5x not equal to 3. So, yung negative 3 magiging positive 3. And then, in order for us, para maiwan yung x, i-divide natin sa coefficient niya, which is 5, both sides. So, kung ano i-divide natin dito sa left side, yun din gagawin natin sa right side of the not equal sign. Now, we have, kaya po natin nakuha yung x is not equal to 3 over 5. Alright? So, next is we have multiplication fg of x. So, multiply lang natin yung 3x times the g of x, which is 5x minus 3. Yan. So, if we're going to multiply like this, para i-distribute natin to. So, 3x times 5x is 15x squared. So, and then yung next one is 3x times negative 3, which is negative 9 squared. And lastly, we have f of g of x, meaning the value of x sa f of x, papalitan natin tong x ng equation ng g of x. So, instead of writing x, sulat natin yung equivalent ng g of x. So, we have 3 times 5x minus 3. So, ito yung instead of x, ito yung susulat natin. And then, kung i-evaluate natin, we multiply 3 times 5x, that is 15x. And then, 3 times negative 3, that is negative 9. So, yun na yung final answer natin. Yan. Okay? And if we're going to multiply basta kapag binomial, ganun. Sundan nyo lang yung FOIL method. Okay? And then, if you want to practice more, we have more examples sa module natin, which I already posted on your LMS classroom. Okay. Okay, so that concludes our discussion on mathematical functions. Thank you for your time and attention. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'd be happy to clarify any points or go over additional examples if needed. So that's it. Thank you.